The world is crashing. Everything in the world, at least it appears, is crashing. And it occurs to me that a lot of people are losing a lot of money right now, and it doesn't have anything to do with how rich they are either. Lots of people with lots of money invested in all kinds of different things. I keep tabs on a variety of different markets that I'm interested in. If you're new to the channel, we are all about Thinking Man's Guide to Living Well, which applies to the retire early lifestyle segment of the population, and any segment of the population really, because living well has nothing to do with having a certain figure or a certain amount of money or what have you, but that's what everyone wants you to believe. And that's why I'm having this conversation today about the world is crashing. Everything in the world, at least it appears, is crashing. I'll just make a few examples here. You know, if a particular example doesn't suit you, just skip forward a little bit and I'll get to a different example. But for example, I keep track of the luxury Swiss watch market, the Rolexes and everything. And a lot of people are losing their shirt. The Rolex luxury watch market has tanked almost 50% just from a few months ago. You know, you've got real estate that, you know, I've seen prices slashed 50,000 here and there, but that's not even getting started. Stock market's down, and you know, it's not going to go up anytime soon. There's no need for me to like read a list of all the things that are losing value. Almost everything is losing value, even like Cadillac cars. And I look at a variety of different vehicles, and certain Cadillac ATS is a certain luxury sport Cadillacs that compete with BMWs. There's oodles and oodles of them for sale. It's like people are just selling off their luxury stuff that they don't need, and just everybody's selling, and there's not very many people buying. People are wanting to buy things that are practical and what they need, like you know, instead of maybe buying a luxury sport Cadillac, they might want to buy a more practical minivan, family minivan that gets good gas mileage, which is what we have. Not one to pass up a good deal. I was looking at some Cadillacs, but I noticed there's so many of them for sale that the prices aren't going to hold. It doesn't look like next year is going to be a relief. I don't think a lot of people are going to get a relief. Not the watch people, not the luxury car vehicle people, not real estate people. Nobody, the stock market, nobody's going to get a rest next year. And it's not a question of what is this all leading to. It's like, why is everything crashing? Well, usually the smart money acts way before things actually happen, and that typically there's a storyline behind why things are crashing. So a lot of times you get the appearance that the reason is because prices have shot up so much, and that's why. But even though that's part of the story, there are more ominous things a lot of people know are in the background. The 2020 story is what's in the background here, folks. A lot of you know that. And the question here is, what would you do if the value of everything you own just collapses? Well, I mean, it depends on what you own. And I observe and I've studied communist takeovers of the past, and it's one of my favorite hobbies. Relates to historical research and biblical research. There is a storyline here, folks, and we're sitting on a powder keg where some of these things that are related to fiat, I want to give a little bit of a background on this, because a lot of people don't understand, although a lot of people hear things, but they don't understand what sound money. Somebody brought it up in the comments, and I was really impressed with that comment. Somebody said that the Bible is really about, it isn't that it's, I wouldn't use the word really about, because the Bible's about
a lot of stuff.
I mean, it has a central theme, obviously, and clearly there's a central story there that needs to not be missed. But I would say that it is central to that story, and that is honest money. And it is about honest money. The Bible really is about, there I go using that word, really. What it is the storyline here is central to society. We've come so far from honest money for so long that when we understand that the money is not honest, the money isn't sitting on an honest, solid foundation. Let's say it that way. And when that's the case, which it has been the case for a long time, when you've got certain conditions and you have the right tools, the tools are dishonest money, and the conditions are when just the right actors get in position to use the tool to do evil. Now, good and evil have always existed, right? But there are fluctuations within history, historically, where there are times when evil is pushed back and there's a lot less of it, or it goes underground, and there are times when evil seems to flourish and it just starts sprouting and propagating, and it just overwhelms everything. And during those times, lo and behold, what do you think is used by the actors? It's dishonest money. And a lot of people that know what's going on are simply running for cover and going to protection. And what that's going to cause is it's going to cause the mother of all crashes. I mean, the mother of all crashes. Part of why you're seeing all these prices on all these luxury goods crashing, it's simply a cause and effect of what's happening in America. And I'm afraid we haven't seen it all yet. And the mother of all crashes is coming. I can't tell you the exact week, but it's coming. This time it's coming. You just know, because of the geopolitical issues that are in the wings and what's happening, seeing that things are on a timeline and you don't quite know what that timeline is, but it appears that the timeline is being sped up for things to be put in motion, just as a cause and effect cause, the mother of all crashes. So this is a really difficult time to be making choices on what direction to go, because if there was any normalcy in the short term or short to medium term future, it's like, well, I would be doing this. But under unusual conditions, I don't know what to call them, emergency, crash, one has to roll with the punches. That's the saying they say in America. And there's going to be a lot of punches coming, and we're going to have to roll with them. And some of us have taken all the right steps and done all the right things all along, and that's great. But there are very few people that can say that. And we wanted to do what we wanted to do, and nobody had a timeline on this thing, and we wanted to travel the world 12 years ago, so that's what we did. But in so doing, it put us in a situation where if some sort of prophetic thing was going to happen super soon, you would want to you don't want to be the guy that's running around yelling fire and nobody sees any smoke and nobody sees any flames. And yet that's where we're at. That's my opinion. And I've touched very lightly about depending on piles of money or the stock market or any of these markets that especially are dependent on, say, a lot of people make money off of luxury products, and a lot of people have a lot of customers that depend on the luxury market. And the luxury market is crashing, and it doesn't matter what it is. When times are really good, people start calling some of these items investments just because they've gone up so much for so long. Hey, they're investments. Hey, it's good to be in debt because it's an investment. It's it's for business purposes, so it's good. The reality is that debt's bad for everyone, including businesses. Just look at FTX. And so there are some types of activities that do well going forward, will do better than others. And because it's going to get more traction and more attention from people that are going to run to safety. So a lot of people are going to run to safety, and a lot of people are going to get caught like with a deer caught in the headlights. And I'm sorry about that, but everyone has something valuable to offer. people really need to start thinking about running for cover and take these things seriously, because they're in the works, and the mother of all crashes is coming. I never thought I'd be saying these things myself, but as a student of observation, I've been studying these things for so long. I have discussed in other videos certain parts of history that relate to communist takeovers, and just all of the details that go along with all those things. But now is not the time to scoff, because the story of the boy that cried wolf, how the story ends is that the wolf eventually does come. The wolf comes, and then, but he scoffs at it because all the other times it didn't, and that's where I was going with that. So I never thought I would be on video saying this is going to be the time, this is going to be it. And so people, we need to really search deep within and realize that we're going to have to take cover. We're literally going to have to take cover. A lot of these things are just going to crash, and they're going to hurt people.
Well, they're already crashing.
Yeah, they're already crashing, but they're going to crash worse than people are expecting. And a lot of people think that it's going to recover, and you see some buying in some things, but prices just keep going lower and lower and lower. So if things aren't really practical or useful, they're likely to just keep falling in price. But it's not just that, it's also financial markets. A lot of money will run out of the stock market, and it may just go right into crypto. I might as well say what I think. I think a lot of money may get caught in the stock market and cause a crash when it doesn't want to be in the stock market. Just the fact that nobody's buying, though, just a fear and a panic can show up and just cause a panic. So it's a great time to get self-sufficient, and it's a great time to have intentional neighbors, the kind of people that want to do the same thing you do and are going to have your back. It's a great time to be doing things like that. And if it means just being with family, that's okay too. But it's a time to regroup and kind of get out of the way. So what's the opportunity in all this? Well, country real estate might do well. Gold and silver would do well. Crypto would do well. But if you are someone that would like to do better financially, Bitcoin could just be the ticket. It's one of the greatest opportunities actually of our lifetime. It is a limited supply. It's the complete opposite of paper money, where there's an endless supply. Even stocks have a sort of unlimited supply, whereas Bitcoin has a limited supply. Anytime a thing is limited in its supply, it's just a question of time before the demand catches up with the lack of supply and the price goes up. And that's what happens to Bitcoin. And if you should be adding to it while the price is down, well, this is a great time to be doing that. And so is Bitcoin something you should be investing in? Well, I'll tell you, I think so. That's my opinion, and I'm sticking to that. And anything that's useful for people, like helping people, any services for people that helps them with their self-sufficiency and their properties and their farming and their everything else like that. So let me know your thoughts, and thanks for coming to the video, and have a wonderful day.